Hello again and welcome to Business News Updates, a segment in your favorite business program, Business Morning. Today we are going to be, as usual, talking about the foreign exchange markets. We are going to be taking a look at the stocks market, and we are going to be bringing you updated information on these two markets. Don't forget, this is Union Television and I am Musa Christopher. To start with, we would be looking at the top 5 gainers and the top 5 decliners on the stock market. And to start with, we have ICO Insurance to open at 0.74 to close at 0.76 with a gain of 0.02. Also, we have Veritas Capital coming in at number 2 on Monday's top 5 gainers list to start with 0.29 and to close at 0.31 with a gain of 0.02. Also, we have in third place Omatech to open at 0.91 to close at 0.95 with a gain of 0.08. Also, Owando opened at 11.7 to close at 12.10 with a gain of 0.4. And then finally for Friday, we have Charms to open at 2.04 and close at 2.24 with a gain of 0.2. Also, now we move on to our top 5 decliners for Monday. To start with, we have Access Core to open at 17.3 to close at 17.20 with a loss of minus 0.1. Also, we have Transcorp to open at 6.2 and to close at 6.03 with a loss of minus 0.07. Also, we have Zenith Bank to open at 33.4 to close at 33.15 with a loss of minus 0.25. And then also on Monday, we have Fidelity to open at 8.8 to close at 8.75 with a loss of minus 0.05. And then lastly, for our Monday's top 5 decliners list, we have UBA to open with 20.75 and to close with 20.65 with a loss of minus 0.1. And then moving on to Tuesdays, where we have our top 5 gainers also and our top 5 decliners. To start with our top 5 gainers, we have Cadbury coming in at number 1 with 13.8 to close at 15.5 with a huge gain of 1.35. That's their biggest in few weeks this far. And then we also have Veritas Capital to open at 0.31 to close at 0.34 with a gain of 0.03. And then thirdly, we have Unity Bank to open with 1.4 to close at 1.40 with a gain of 0.12. Then next we have Omatech to open with 0.95 to close with 1.04 with a gain of 0.09. Also, we have finally on Tuesday Tantalizers to open with 0.46 to close with 0.48 with a gain of 0.02. Moving on to our top 5 decliners for Tuesday, we have Owando, FCMB, Consolidated Hallmark Insurance PLC, that is Cheap PLC, Jay's Bank, and UCAN. To start, we have Owando to open at 12.1 to close at 11.65 with a loss of minus 0.45. And FCMB also came in at number 2 with 6.9 to close with 6.80 with a loss of minus 0.1. Also, Consolidated Hallmark Insurance PLC opened with 1.09 on Tuesday to close with 1.09, making no gain at all. Jay's Bank also opened with 1.62 to close with 1.60, making a loss of minus 0.02. And then lastly, for our Tuesday's top 5 losers or decliners, as the case may be, list, we have UCAN to open at 18 and to close at 17.90. Moving on to Wednesday, to open with Veritas Capital, which started beautifully with 0.37 to close at 0.39 with a gain of 0.03. Guinea Insurance opened also on Wednesday with 0.27 to close at 0.29 with a gain of 0.02. M Benefits opened on Wednesday with 0.54 to close with 0.58 with a gain of 0.04. Omatech also on Wednesday opened with 1.04 to close at 1.09 with a gain of 0.05. And then lastly, for our Wednesday's top 5 gainers, we have Charms, which opened at 2.25 and closed at 2.34 with a gain of 0.09. Also moving on to Thursday with Universal Insurance coming in at number 1 on our top 5 gainers list to start with. They opened at 0.24 to close at 0.26 with a gain of 0.02. Then next on the list is Veritas Capital to open at 0.36 to close at 0.40 with a gain of 0.03. Next we have Unity Bank to open at 1.55 and close at 1.69 with a gain of 0.15. Then also we have Zenith Bank to open at 3, that is 33.50, to close at 33.60 with a gain of 0.10. And then lastly, on our top 5 gainers for Thursday, we have Owando to open at 11.85 and to close at 12.00 with a gain of 0.25. Then we also have our top 5 decliners on Thursday, which started with Charms, Omatech, J-Paul Gold, FBNH and UBA. To start with, Charms opened with 2.35 to close at 2.33 with a loss of minus 0.01. Also, we have Omatech to open with 1.07 and to close with 0.99 with a loss of minus 0.10. Next, we have J-Paul Gold to open with 1.69 and to close with 1.68 with a loss of minus 0.01. FBNH also opened with 19.50 and closed with 19.00 with a loss of minus 0.24. And finally, for Thursday, before we move on to Friday, we have UBA to open with 20.80 to close with 20.65 with a loss of minus 0.10. And then lastly, for our top 5 gainers and our top 5 decliners for Friday, we have Access Core, Universal Insurance, Zenith Bank, UBA and Fidelity. Those are our top 5 gainers for Friday. Access Bank opened with 13.00 to close with 13.35 with a gain of 0.05. Also, Universal Insurance opened with 0.26 to close with 0.28 with a gain of 0.02. Next, we have Zenith Bank to open with 33.5 and close with 34.70 with a gain of 1.2. Also, we have UBA to open with 20.75 and close with 20.85 with a gain of 0.1. And then lastly, Fidelity Bank opened on Friday with 8.9 and closed with 9.0 with a gain of 0.1. And then lastly, for our top 5 decliners for Friday, we have Charms, Owando, M Benefits, NB, that is Nigerian Breweries, and lastly, Mansard. Charms opened with 2.33 to close with 2.15 with a loss of minus 0.18. Owando followed suit with an opening of 12 to have a closing of 11.70 with a loss of minus 0.3. M Benefit followed suit with an opening of 0.59 and closed with 0.56 with a loss of minus 0.04. And also Nigerian Breweries opened with 39 to close with 38.00 with a loss of minus 1. And finally, Mansard opened with 4.55 to close with 4.50 with a loss of minus 0.05. And right about now, we'll be going to our foreign exchange session where we tell you about the foreign exchange market, everything that happened during the week, and the current prices of things in the foreign exchange sector. But we'll do that after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back. This is still Business News Update, and we'll be moving to our foreign exchange segment now, where we'll be talking about the Naira to dollar exchange, the Naira to pound, the Naira to euro, and the Naira to Swiss franc, and also finally the Naira to yen. For starters, Monday's buying and selling between the Naira and dollar. The dollar gained significantly to the Naira on Monday, which was bought between 1,135 to 1,140, and then was sold at 1,130, between 1,130 and 1,135. And it gained significantly on Wednesday, that is from Wednesday to Thursday, and it was bought at 1,150 and sold at 1,155, according to some other BDC marketers. And it sold on that same Wednesday at 1,145, between 1,145, I beg your pardon, to 1,150, and then on Friday it began to decline. That is naira and dollar. The dollar was sold at 1,350, between 1,350 and 1,140. What? The dollar was sold at between 1,140 and 1,145, and then it was bought initially at 1,140. So the naira to pounds gained also at 1,046. That was what it was bought at, and it was sold at 1,047 according to Central Bank of Nigeria's official exchange rate. But according to the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN), dollar bought at 837 to be sold at 838, and also the British pound was bought at 1,046 to be sold 1,047. Same goes for the euro, which was bought at 911 to be sold at 901. That's 912. And then also for the Swiss francs, it was bought at 945 to be sold at 947. And then finally, the naira to the Chinese yen was bought at 5.60 to be sold at 5.61. And that's it for the business news update. Thank you so much for staying with us. I am Musa Christopher. We'll be going back now to Business Morning. Stay with us. Hello and welcome to another episode of Marketplace Synergy right here at Ikeja. But today I am at Anifowoshe, and we are here to talk to some of the marketers, some of the business people that are here, and get their feelings, get their thoughts, get their ideas, just as we always do, on how their businesses have been run, how they've been able to sustain these businesses over the course of the years. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this beautiful episode of Marketplace Synergy. I am your host, as always, Musa Christopher. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's not an easy journey like that, but it's a simple something. When I started this business after my training and other things, then I decided to start something in a small way by sitting on my home, doing some certain things, letting people know that this is what I'm doing. Then I don't have shop that time, but I'm at home doing it. So I made a wedding gown that I went outside to weave it to put the inside clean. Somebody now asks, who made this? I said, I. Say, wow, this is so beautiful. Where did you make it? Where is your shop? I said, I'm in my house, so I don't have shop yet. The person have to say, wow, you made this? I said, yes. He said, okay, what if he asks, you know, tell somebody if I can squad with the person, a man that's sewing suits, will I like to stay there? I said, yes. He now talked to a guy like that, and the guy accepted me. I started with that little way sewing. So that is where I was, hanging out my clothes. And people are seeing it and coming in because of the way the design is